Hello, my name is Ruth Chocron, and together with my daughter Jordana, we run a boutique bed and breakfast in East Belfast called Titanic Guest.
Welcome to Profile Tree TV, and we're here today with Ruth Chocron, who runs Titanic Guest. So very welcome to you, Ruth.
Thank you.
We're very excited to have you in. Would you like to give us a little bit about your background and your business?
Well, my background is a little bit long, but to give an idea, I started my career as a fashion designer in my country. I am originally from Argentina.
Wow.
So I worked 20 years in the fashion industry. And after a change in the economy in Argentina, I moved to America. I was working for some years in New Jersey, near New York, where I could work for international company, international markets. I had an idea about how the world looked like. Before, when I was a fashion designer, I traveled to different places in the world where we didn't have internet at that time. We had to travel to look for ideas. My second job also took me to different places, like Asia, that I have never been before, where I really could enjoy my passion to travel. Years after, I decided to move to London. Again, another moving, and I was attracted for all the different kind of exciting new developments in technology, in online industries. So I was participating in different business at the same time. I was doing some property investment until I decided to go full-time. I wanted to do something more quiet and move to a more quiet place to start my new and full-time career the rest of my life. That was my idea. I wanted to move to another place in UK that could be compact and very up and coming, and I discovered that Belfast was very left behind in comparing to what was the property in the rest of UK. So I moved 6 years ago to Belfast.
Wow.
And I started to do property development and investment. That was very exciting, very different to London,
I can
must
imagine.
say.
Our pace of life slightly different.
Very slow, and I had to start to pace myself and take my time, because here it's a different kind of way to do things.
Yes.
I came across in my property investment business to a house I bought in East Belfast. Well, I chose East Belfast as my market area, and I thought that was a very beautiful house and a very beautiful street, very wide with trees. And I thought, well, I could like to give it a try and see how attractive could be to international travelers. Being a well-traveled person myself, I could see places from a tourist point of view. And I thought that East Belfast, and particularly that area, had a big attractive for international travelers or travelers from other places. So it was a complete success from the very beginning. Then I had to put aside my investment property business and dedicate full-time to hospitality. That is how I came across to the hospitality business.
That's
yes.
amazing. So basically you were a property developer, you saw a house that you absolutely loved and saw the potential and decided that you were going to move career totally and move into hospitality.
Yes, definitely. It was not completely intended in the beginning. I thought I could do part-time, but obviously the hospitality business have many areas and is very intense, very absorbent, and I like it because it was a people business, and I like people. I always like with people, and I love to know different cultures around the world. I was very interested in different point of view, different ways of living, and having this place put me close to people that come from around the world, have different experience, and bring me that to my place. So it was very interesting.
But at the same time, it must have been a massive learning curve for you.
Huge, completely.
So what sort of challenges did you face in moving to a completely different career?
Well, many, because at this time of my life and my career, I started complete new business with all the areas in each business, like marketing, regulations, people, hiring people. You know, there are so many areas in the business that you have to do it properly everywhere, because being a service business, you need to do things in the best way possible. And for me, it's very important to have a very nice environment and work with people that we are happy doing what we do. So challenges, many, because I need to learn everything from scratch. And all my experience, the only thing I could use from all my experience was common sense. The only thing.
Well, common sense is good to have.
Yeah, well, that takes you through a lot of difficult decisions. I had to be a builder, an architect, a tourist advisor, and everything. You have to become kind of expert, choosing everything. So it's really a very diverse skill job until you really can focus in the client and in the guest. I could say in this case, there are many other areas you have to cover. Being a guest is so easy. I always was a guest. I travel around the world. I always was a guest. It was fantastic. Being a host is a complete different game. You have to do a lot of things for people not to see anything wrong. And that is a lot of attention to detail.
Yes, I can imagine, and especially people have the opportunity to shop around, so you have to stand out as well.
Yes. At the moment, the market is tremendously competitive, and there are many new players in the market, like me, many others. There are many unregulated business. So there are no legislation in this case, and when something is successful, everybody jumps in the market. So there are a lot of competition, but in some ways, because I was in marketing and sales all my life, competition never scared me. It's good because make you be better. Yes. But it's a challenge. It's much better when you have less competition. In this case, we have to do better marketing, better image, better decoration, better customer service, to find really sharp, unique selling points. It's really a very hard work. But when people come and stay and say they're happy or they love how they spend the time with us, it's priceless.
Exactly, it's worth all the headache.
All the effort. You forget about everything, really.
So what services does Titanic Guest offer?
Well, Titanic Guest is a bed and breakfast. It's a boutique bed and breakfast. We soon finish an extension, so we will have 15 unique, individually decorated rooms. All of them to the best standard. We have fantastic Wi-Fi and fantastic beds and all the things that nowadays people really need. Take for granted.
Of course.
Yes. So we offer not only a nice accommodation, but also an experience. Soon we will be able to offer a room for gatherings or small events also.
Excellent. So a lot of facilities.
A lot,
A
yes.
very big property, and perfect for people that are maybe coming like as a family that need 3 or 4 rooms, or as a group.
Yeah, well, I discovered that there are many, because it's the unique offer
Yes.
in East Belfast, like us. We have such a big spectrum of people because we started, of course, with the leisure industry. But there are a lot of companies in East Belfast that don't have a really nice place to bring people to work, professionals or conventions or events. We also are discovering a market that we didn't expect. Like the other day, I had a lovely woman that go to get married next year and reserve our rooms for all the family coming from different parts of the world. And she's a neighbor. It's a beautiful idea, and we feel so much in common with that kind of things. We will be very, very happy to be able to offer this kind of service, much more than an accommodation.
Of course.
To the people in the area also. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you think, obviously you've chosen the name Titanic Guest, do you think the heritage behind the Titanic is one of your unique selling points, or have you used it as a unique selling
That's
point?
amazing that you asked that, because I never knew that I was passionate about history until I bought a house. When I bought a house and I saw the house and I thought it was beautiful, I started to investigate because I had to do the website and all the things. And I discovered such a rich history.
It's amazing.
In the area. For me, the parades were a tourist attraction. But after I discovered the Temple Moor Bath, there was a school there on the other block that they had 1,000 kids coming every day. Of course, the shipyard, everybody knows about that. But also I discovered that in the 1900s, there was 36,000 people. That is massive amount of people going to work from this part of Belfast every morning. So if we think that Oxford Circus is busy, this place was amazingly busy. And it's not only that, we have, of course, the Titanic Museum now, Van Morrison, George Best, C.S. Lewis, an amount of people and places that are so interesting for people around the world.
Yeah.
We cannot forget that Ireland is a part of the life of many people around the world, that people that emigrated from Ireland in different stages. When I was living in America, it was very surprising because people celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Like, wow, it was incredible. And I didn't even know what it was. So, yes, Ireland means a lot for many people around the world. And when they come here to visit this area and the heritage there, is really attractive for many of them.
Yeah, no, really, really interesting. And obviously the idea of boutique accommodation is becoming more popular rather than the traditional sort of accommodations. Would you agree with that? Or?
Yes, completely. I did a lot of research in all these years. I needed to learn so much. And thinking, being a well-traveled person myself, and have been in the fashion industry, I could have a very good idea about what people look for now. We need something more personalized. The big chains and the big hotels offer a fantastic service, and you can find everything in a big chain. But many people look for small places with a very interesting design, with a more personalized attention. Normally, the boutiques hotels have very a lot of attention to detail in the decoration. It's not like one color everywhere. It's very dedicated, special rooms. But also they have a personalized attention from the owners, or the personnel is very kind and friendly. And people much more than a night to sleep are looking for an experience.
Of course.
When they visit a new country, many people, of course, need a nice day, but the people that travel for the experience will look for an accommodation that is part of all that experience.
Yeah, you're right. And where you're positioned, and all, as you say, all the attractions that you're surrounded by, that experience is there on a plate for them. It's, you know, there's no travelling within walking distance. They can be at these different places.
In their doorsteps, they can find things, or murals, or a historic building that is beautiful and have a lot of things to tell them. And really, we need that part of our history that we cannot know in another way. We always
it's through experience, exactly. And obviously, you have probably a really good insight into the hospitality industry in Belfast, coming in from different countries and travelling so much.
Yeah, definitely.
How important is the hospitality industry to Belfast?
Well, as everybody can see, it's not something that I can see, because I came here 6 years ago for the property development and investment. Belfast and Northern Ireland was a place up and coming. Needed to shine. And really the hospitality industry is bringing 1 billion, more than 1 billion a year.
You know, it's massive.
To Northern Ireland. It's a huge amount of income for this country. So I think that is the hospitality business is fascinating, is growing, is demanding, is very demanding, but many things are happening here faster than you can imagine. And when people arrive, and I see them so excited, and they are very happy to go to different places, that is priceless. It's really fantastic for the economy. Bring international. I have guests from China, incredible places, Australia, Canada, America, I don't know, all the world coming to Belfast.
Yeah, and
incredible.
And it's amazing to see that wealth of tourism from international destinations is increasing year on year on year.
Every year, yes, every year. I think that also there is a big work trying to attract different kind of events. I remember when I started with this business, the Giro d'Italia race, that is, the name say Italia, and started in Belfast. Incredible. And now we have the golf tournament in this year. So I think that there are many organizations that are working very hard to bring a lot of visitors to all Ireland, but especially in this case to Northern Ireland, because really bring a lot of work. 1 in 20 jobs in Northern Ireland is in hospitality.
It's amazing.
And the great thing about our business is that there are many entry levels to work in hospitality. It can be somebody that want to cook, or housekeeping, or front desk. There are many areas where somebody can start a career, or even work as a practice for their career, and is in high demand. We really have a lot of jobs to offer, and that is very, very interesting. It's very interesting to be in an industry that we can really offer jobs in this economical market.
Yeah, you're right, and it is really exciting times for Belfast. You know, we're getting companies coming in to invest, to set up, and as you say as well, just the events that we're being able to attract.
Incredible. The concerts, the people that is coming here for concerts is fabulous. So I have people that, for example, from London or other places in UK that come to Belfast to see a concert because probably the ticket is cheaper and they travel here.
Yeah.
With the same money they pay the ticket in London. They travel, they have an experience, they spend 2 or 3 days in a place and they go back with an experience to London instead of paying one ticket. So it's really interesting how people discover this place and come to Belfast particularly.
Yeah, and it sounds like, you know, you've just had a whirlwind journey. Is it is it 6 years or 4 years you've set up six? Is it?
6 years that I came to Belfast, and 4 years that I started the hospitality business. Yes.
And so, what would you say your biggest achievement has been since you set up your business? Loads, I'm sure.
Well, the big achievement is to go through all this process
and still be standing by the end of it.
Exactly, and still alive. But I think that for me to bring change to this part of Belfast and to be able to offer this accommodation in this particular area of Belfast, forget about the city centre because all the eyes go to the city centre, but to put my dream and my goal in to create an establishment like this in this part of Belfast went through different challenges, through building control, planning, a lot of things, but finally to be able to put it together and now launch a completely refurbished 3 Victorian beautiful houses in May will be a fantastic success.
So it's definitely, it's quite a few achievements, definitely. And you mentioned earlier about customer service and, you know, people wanting a more personalised service from a boutique hotel. How do you maintain that high level of customer service for every customer or guest that comes?
Well, I have the huge help. This business is run for me and my daughter, so we both work, and she is more on the run of the business every day, and many times we cannot be personally, but we all the time communicate with the guests, send message, be supportive with them. We try to advise them or be close to them in other ways. It's difficult because to cover 24 hours a day is impossible. Only big chains can do that. But thank God for technology, and that help us to be in touch and gather what they need.
Yeah, no, and you're right, communication is key because people want to come, they want to know where the airport is, how far it is away from their accommodation, what they can do when they get there, and actually being able to provide all that information is so valuable to people coming.
It's priceless. People arrive to us or to every place for first time, most of them. They have no clue where they are, where they have to go, how to travel to places. So they need a place that can answer the questions or can solution things for them. I work with companies also that can bring different kind of workers from other part of the world. So our accommodation is the middle point between their country and live here in Belfast or in some part of Northern Ireland. For us is, well, I think my daughter and I have this kind of personality. We are immigrant ourselves, so we can advise them where to go, how to buy a car for travel, where are the best places to buy things, and they find that is priceless because they don't have to learn by themselves. They have somebody that can explain them how to do things and where to go, and you know
they just have to enjoy their holiday.
Exactly.
Go do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what does the future hold for yourself and Titanic Guest?
Well, I hope that the future is the best part, really, because we went through all the
hardship.
We went through hard times until now, learning everything. So now will be the best part that we can dedicate to the guest and to make their stay unforgettable. Is in our mission to be part of the experience in Northern Ireland, and that their experience is really more rich because they stay with us and they could enjoy their time with us. So I think that will be brilliant.
You can enjoy the fruits of your labour.
Exactly. Yes, and my daughter was working very hard with the customer service of the business, and we both enjoy to work with people.
Yeah. So it's been absolutely amazing to have you in, Ruth.
Thank you.
It's been really interesting to hear about your journey, and it just amazes me when people tell me they start here as a fashion designer and end up as in the hospitality industry. So definitely a very different story. But thank you so much for coming in. It's been really, really enjoyable, and I'm sure people watching will really enjoy your story as well.
Thank you very much for having me. This is a good experience to put together all these years in a conversation here, and I appreciate your invitation.
No, and you're very, very welcome. And if someone would like to book or ask you some questions or find out about your accommodation, what's the best way to contact you?
It's very easy. Everybody can go to our website.
Perfect.
It's called TitanicGuest.com. So it's very simple. TitanicGuest.com.
So they can contact you and you will sort out all their accommodation and holiday needs.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that's all from us today at Profile Tree TV up in the Innovation Factory in the Springfield Road. I'm sure you've really enjoyed listening to Ruth, and we hope to see you all again soon.